Hello, welcome to my channel, Autumn and the Mage. This is a general reading in regards to love for Virgo. It is general, so it might not resonate for you. If you were drawn to the reading, then perhaps there is a message intended for you here, or perhaps the entire message is intended for you. Just if some part doesn't resonate, then don't try to force it. Just take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind. We're starting here with the Journey of Love Oracle deck, trying to get the overall energy for you in regards to love in general. Sorry, I had a knock at the door. Card 70, it's the card of heaven. And this card actually is telling you that you are meant, that life is heaven. The life that you live right now, it's meant to be heaven. It's not someplace that you'll go to after you die, someplace that you'll be in eventually. It's a place you could be in right now, and it's a call to seek out more love and more life and more joy in your life, because now is the time. Now is the time to be happy, and to seek that happiness. And excuse me. Yeah, there are words in my mind, but I'm having a hard time getting them out. It's some people feel like they're going to get there someday, like they're paying a price right now, and once they're done paying it, then they'll find joy, and then they'll find happiness, But that's just not how it is. Heaven is right here, right now. It's right here next to you. It's a door you just have to open. Happiness is right there, right there. You just need to turn and turn that knob and open that door, and it's right there. It's something that you constantly have access to. You always have access to, and you just need to take advantage of the moment and let it in. Okay, so that's either a place that you are in, like letting this heaven into your life, or it's what you're being called to do with that card there. We're going to take a look now at the person you're connecting with. We're going to see if we can we're going to take a look at their thoughts in regards to you, their feelings in regards to you, and their hopes for the future in regards to you. So the person connecting with Virgo, what are their thoughts in regards to Virgo? What are their thoughts, please, in regards to Virgo? Can we get 2 cards? What are their thoughts? The Knight of Swords. Well, that's dedication, okay? The Knight of Swords, swords have to do with logic and truth and honesty. And the Knight of Swords is, well, they made a choice, and they're very dedicated to that choice. Whatever it is, they're focused on it, and this choice could represent you, or it could be something else. We're going to try and clarify that in just a minute, but yeah, with the Knight of Swords, they've decided on something, and they're charging forward towards it. They're very dedicated to it, and they're not going to give up. What else do we have? The Ten of Cups. That's emotional fulfillment. The Ten of Cups is feeling like you can express yourself emotionally. And this is in their thoughts. So this isn't how they feel. It's not like they feel the Ten of Cups, but this is what they think of in regards to you. So there's something about them thinking about emotional stability, wanting, having the freedom and the safety to express yourself emotionally. And that's in their thought space. Like that's what they're thinking about in regards to you. Like I said, we're going to clarify that. But let's take a look at their emotions now. How does this person feel about Virgo? How do they feel about Virgo? The Hierophant. This is Taurus energy. You might be dealing with a Taurus. But that's about a desire to move forward. The Hierophant also, we get the Two of Wands, which is about a decision, about making a choice, and about the hope of that choice, and the the future of it. It's hopeful. It's hopeful energy. We also get the World, which is an implication that something, they feel like something has come to completion. Something has been finished here in this connection. Let's go ahead and take a look at the future, their hopes for the future with you. What is their hope with Virgo? What do they hope for in the future with Virgo? What does this person connecting with Virgo hope for in the future with Virgo, please? What does this person hope for in the future? Ace of Swords, which is honesty and truth and communication. Aces represent new beginnings, so perhaps something, it can also be an understanding. I think as far as future hope, this is truth. Truth, communication, and understanding is what they're hoping for. And the ace represents a new beginning, which might imply that they don't feel like that's something that is currently in this situation. We also get the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very passionate energy, but also the Knight of Wands is, well, it's fast moving. He doesn't sit back. He dives right in to the situation. Let's take a look. We're going to go ahead and try and clarify these cards real quick. The Knight of Swords. Let's clarify first how this person's thoughts in regards to you. The Knight of Swords, whoa. These cards flipped. We get the Knight of Wands to clarify the Knight of Swords. And the Strength card, which is having the strength to either courage to move forward. That both of these cards talk about courage, really, and passion, really. This is Leo energy. You might be dealing with the Leo, but the Strength card, I feel like this is a determination to, even though this is something they hope for in the future with you, this Knight of Wands is coming out in the future. And their current thoughts, they're trying to tame this passion. There's this desire here. This may be in regards to physical passion, but it may also just be in regards to, inspiration and confidence and that light, that fire being lit within them. Something has been lit within them. There's some kind of inspiration, and they're trying to tame it, and they're very dedicated to it with the Knight of Swords. They're going to tame that fire. They are going to keep it in check. Let's take a look at that Ten of Cups. Can you clarify the Ten of Cups for how this person feels? No, how their thoughts in regards to Virgo. And Ten of Cups is, like I said, it's a place of safety. It's being at home with someone and just feeling like you can express yourself to them and they will express themselves to you. And this is in their thought space. And it may be that this is something they want with you, or it may be that this is something that they feel they could have with you. Can you clarify the Ten of Cups for us? I feel like in your last reading, there was an acknowledgement of a soul connection between you and them, but a feeling like they weren't sure that you would protect the connection or protect the relationship or protect their emotions or something along those lines. I'm sorry. Just a second. Sorry about that. So to clarify the Ten of Cups, we get the Lovers. Whoa, and the Two of Cups. Oh my gosh. Wow. The Lovers and the Two of Cups, they feel, they, the Ten of Cups, the Lovers and the Two of Cups, and this is in their thoughts. Like, they think that they think that you're soulmates. They, they think that there's just no other way to look at that. They think that you're soulmates. It's just as I was saying it, the cards came out. That's, yeah, and they want to find, with the Ten of Cups, they want to find that emotional safety with you. They they believe that the Two of Cups is about feeling that equal exchange of emotions, filling each other's cups and feeling connected to someone. And the Lovers is about, it's also about that connection, but it's also about making the choice to embrace that connection, um, acknowledging it with and feel acknowledging the feeling within yourself and trusting your heart and making the choice that is connected to your heart. Okay. And so, yeah, I feel like in their thoughts, they definitely think that you are soulmates, and they want to make that choice to connect. Let's take a look at their emotions, their feelings for you, their feelings in regards to you. We get the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, like I said, but the Hierophant is, okay, that's too many cards. The Hierophant is about moving forward. The Hierophant also is about, how would you describe feelings as far as the Hierophant? That's like feeling like you want things to move forward, but you want to follow the correct path. You want it done in the right order. The Hierophant talks about conformity, and it talks about expectations. It talks about stepping forward and moving forward. So yeah, there's something here about, they feel like they want things to move forward. Okay. They want to take the next step, but they want to make sure that it's being done in the right order. I feel like, they want to progress. It may be, I'm just going to say this because it just occurred to me, and it might be a message for someone here, but it may be that they feel a lot of passion towards you. They feel like a very intense connection with you, and possibly are trying to avoid being physical with you until it moves forward to something more, because the Hierophant here is in their feelings, and mentally they are like acknowledging that they feel a lot, but trying to hold back the passion. And with this in their feelings, like feeling like they want to move forward, but they want to follow the proper steps. And anyway, to clarify the Hierophant, I got the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. And the Five of Pentacles has to do with not feeling good enough, feeling like you lack in some way. Like, because especially in this card here, she's sitting outside, but there's the key to that door. She could I don't know if you can see it. There's a key over here to the door, to the lock, and she could just go pick up the key and open the door, but she feels rejected, or she feels not good enough for what's behind that door. So she's not walking towards it. She's not going to open it because she doesn't feel like she even deserves to be in there. So it's a card of rejection and a card of, um, self-worth, dealing with self-worth. And so either it's possible that this person feels rejected, or there's something here about this moving forward that has to do with this rejection or not being good enough, and needing to acknowledge, that belief is false. Because with the Six of Swords, this is moving forward. This is being, if you can see here, that the waters are all rocky, and waters represent our emotions. Okay. And so everything is rocky and chaotic, and you feel unsafe and unsure, and it's about using logic and using truth to pull yourself free of those rocky emotions and pull you into a place of clarity and calm. And so there's something here about them wanting to move forward, wanting to take the next step, okay, but feeling like they're not worthy, feeling like they're not good enough, and trying to get themselves out of that frame of thought, get themselves out of that feeling of being inadequate. Okay, let's take a look at this Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of hope. Like I said, it's someone who's made a choice and they're looking to the future and trying to figure out, they're like holding this globe, trying to figure out how they're going to get where they want to go. All right. So it's it's a planning card and a looking to the future. But like I said, as far as feelings go, it's hopeful energy. Let's see what we got here. The Page of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so the Page of Cups is like a small gesture. It's a, it's a, it can be a small gesture, okay? But it's someone who is kind of infatuated with someone. It's like a crush, right? And and offering a offering up a bit of that, opening that door and starting to let those emotions like build. All right, so it's a small step is what it is. Okay, and then we get the Queen of Pentacles, which is your energy. This is um Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy right here, this Queen of Pentacles. It also sometimes represents um I don't know, I feel inclined to say that it represents a mother, but gender is really not at all important. uh, this is about energy, and this is very nurturing, very protective, very committed energy. Okay, and this could be you, or it could be energy that they're feeling, because we also get the Queen of Wands here, and again, gender is not important. The Queen of Wands represents, oh, this is fire energy, so you might be dealing with a fire sign. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We had Leo over here as well, and the Lovers is actually Gemini energy, so you might be dealing with any of those. But this is passion. This is passion. And, feeling drawn to someone who really draws you in, really lights those fires, okay? Inspires you, makes you feel courageous, makes you feel um, bright. It's just very, very alluring energy here. And so it's possible that they want to offer this, like they want to offer this like committed and this fiery energy to you with this Page of Cups, because like I said, the Page of Cups represents like an opening of the door, an opening of the heart, so that, but really we're talking about love, commitment, and passion here. That's what these cards represent. Okay, stability, passion, and emotions here. But the emotional space is a page, which is, the beginnings of something, the start of something. Where the Queen's here, this is something more established, this is something more mature energy. Okay, I don't know how that resonates for you, but let's take a look at the World for how they feel. Can you clarify the World? This deck, not the one I'm shuffling, but this deck here is called Journey into the Hidden Realm. This other deck is the Light Seers Tarot, but this Journey into the Hidden Realm, each card, which has really beautiful imagery on it, but each card comes with a story. And I actually just read this story earlier today, and it talks about how she's like walking through the forest, and as she walks, she's like giving a piece of herself to everything there. She gives a little bit of herself here and a little bit of herself here and a little bit of herself there. And in the end, she's grateful, she's thankful for all of the things that allowed her to give of herself. And I don't know why that is standing out to me, but as I was looking down at this card, the meaning of the World card, which is that something has completed, something has been accomplished, it has finished. which opens a door to something new. Like, that's not what was running through my mind for whatever. I kept thinking about how she was giving of herself constantly. And in the end, she felt grateful to be a piece of all of those things, because a little bit of her is in all of that. So I don't know. I don't know. But there we go. So to clarify it, we get the Death card, which is in this deck, it's death and rebirth. I mean, the Death card does represent how things need to die so that things can be born. But in this card, I think it's important that they highlight the rebirth of it, okay? And then we get the Tower, which is change, and the Three of Wands, which is the Two of Wands is the step below the Three of Wands. In the Three of Wands, we've made progress. We've worked towards what we wanted, and we've drawn it in towards ourselves. We've called it to us, and now it's within reach. We can see it there. She's standing here, and she's in the grass, but there's the ocean that she wants to get to. She has her board. She's prepared. She's made the trek here. She's going to go get in that water. She's waiting for the waves possibly, but she knows that they're coming because she's called for them. And so this has to do with that energy of having made progress and waiting for something to come to you. So with the World card here, which is generally something that has come to completion, we have and a new door that is opening, okay? So we have the death and rebirth of and change, because the Tower ultimately is change, and it's change sometimes that's shocking, okay? Change that we maybe didn't anticipate. Sometimes, though, it's change that we knew needed to happen, but we refused to do it. And so the world or the universe or God or whatever you believe in steps in to make it happen, because it has to happen. This is necessary change, okay? And so the Tower and then the Three of Wands. So something has ended, and I don't think it's change, because the change is necessary. The Tower talks about something that has to happen, but maybe what has happened is a death of something. Something had to end so that you could move forward towards this energy of, or so that they could move forward. Like, they had to release something. They had to change something. It had to end so that they could move forward. So as far as feelings, that's, if we look at it, because this message was standing out to me so much, like gratitude for what was, gratitude for everything that they've invested themselves in, every bit that they've given of themselves. They feel like that was necessary, like they had to, like it was part of the process. And with the world, they feel like that has ended. Like, they no longer are, they've built it up as much as they could, so that's ending. And so now there's going to be a change that allows them to move forward. That, yeah, I mean, I think this is about forward movement. Definitely that they've invested themselves a lot in something, and that something has ended. And it's in regards to you. And I don't know what this is. I don't know what this means. I hope this resonates for you, because the Death card, by the way, is Scorpio energy. I don't know if that helps you at all, but yeah, something had to end. Something had to change for this forward movement to progress, for them to go from this Two of Wands to this Three of Wands. Something had to be completed. Something had to finish. Let's take a look at the future, the hopes that they have with you, Virgo. Can you clarify the Ace of Swords for me? Ace of Swords has to do with truth, but also, like I said, it can be a message. I'm sorry, I know Seth has died. And then I meant to light it and I forgot. Amazingly. Oh, there we go. The Ace of Swords is about enlightenment, it's about light bulb coming on, or it can be about communication of truth. Whoa, that's a lot of cards. Okay, so we get the Hangman, which is actually the lack of movement. Okay, with the Hangman, I mean, she's just hanging there. She's not going anywhere. She has a belief in something. She believes strongly about it, and possibly is gaining a new perspective by being hung upside down, but she's not moving. All right. And then we get the Eight of Wands, which is about forward movement, but also, like I said, about communication. The King of Swords, which is truth and logic, and kind of stepping into that headspace. What makes sense? What's my truth? Okay. The Five of Wands, which is a desire to fight for something. I'm sorry, I think there might be a child at my door. Just a second. Sorry. Get out the door. So the Five of Wands is a desire to succeed, really. Willingness to fight is what it means. Also, it represents conflict, but I feel like in this situation, it's a willingness to fight. And the Three of Pentacles represents collaboration, working together as a team. So either this is something that they're hoping will come out like, whoa, sometimes when I lose my words, it frustrates me so much, but it's either information they are hoping will become like understood, or something that they want to communicate here about kind of the King of Swords, by the way, is earth energy. So that's Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. You might be dealing with one of those signs, but it's about truth and a desire to push forward towards this collaboration. Like, there may be conflict, but I'm a willingness to push through, to build. The Three of Pentacles talks about a foundation, building that foundation so that you can build up from it. So the Hangman, this is very Virgo energy, in my opinion. This is very not moving, like, I believe what I believe kind of energy, but really not moving energy. Sorry, I hope you don't find that offensive, Virgo. I don't mean to be offensive. It's just my experience with Virgos that they get in a spot and they're hard to nudge, but the Hanged Man is not moving energy. And in contrast to this very quick moving energy, this Eight of Wands, which is charging forward, but also, like I said, communication. I feel like this Ace of Swords is about communication. I feel like they want open communication. They want open communication about, the truth of this connection, and about, this, because this Five of Wands can represent a fight, like literally a fight. Like, they might want to literally fight with you, but in I think in hopes of pushing into this Three of Pentacles, this working to build, like, maybe there's some truth here that they want to discuss, so that you can just fight it out and push through, to what would come next. But with the Hanged Man, there's a hesitancy. Like, there's like, they want this, but they're not like doing anything necessarily about it. Possibly. You'll have to take that how it resonates. Let's take a look at the Knight of Wands. The Seven of Cups. See, I think this was actually in regards to all of this right here, because this represents confusion. And I was saying how with the Hanged Man, like, they're not moving, even though there's all of this that they want to push forward with, this honesty and this truth, and like expressing that, even if it means that there's going to be a fight. But with the Seven of Cups coming out, it's confusion, like, or indecision. I want this to happen, but there's all these things that could happen because of it, or there's all these ways I could go about doing it, and so it's not happening even though they want it to. Can we clarify the Knight of Wands, please? We get the Seven of Pentacles, which is about investment. In the Seven of Pentacles, we've invested of ourselves, which comes out here in other places. But in the Seven of Pentacles, it can have to do with children, by the way, but in the Seven of Pentacles, we've invested into these pentacles, these seeds. We planted them and we nurtured them so that they would grow. And it talks about, I actually often connect this with the Hanged Man, because in both scenarios, nothing has happened. Like, nothing is happening. The situation almost feels out of our control, because in the Hanged Man, he's just hanging there, so he can't move. And then the Seven of Pentacles, he's done all that he can. He's invested all he can, and now he just has to wait and see what's going to come of it. Is it going to blossom the way I anticipated it would? Is it going to, what's the word? It's like an investment, Is it going to pay out the way I thought it would pay out? And it's a waiting. Like, I have to, it's out of my control, I've done all I can, and now I just have to wait here. So that's interesting. The energy, the hope for the future is this Knight of Wands, which is a push forward, They have this hope for the future, but in all of them, this honesty and this like drive to push forward and to like succeed, it's there, but it's connected to this energy of like, but what am I supposed to do about it? Like, almost like they feel like it's out of their control, Gosh, I hope that resonates for you. We're going to draw another card from the Journey of Love for advice for you, Virgo. Can you please get advice for Virgo? Can we get advice for Virgo in regards to this? Thank you, by the way, for watching this reading. I really do appreciate it. I hope it resonates and that it brought you some clarity in this connection. If so, please give me a thumbs up to let me know, or post a comment if you feel comfortable sharing. I would really appreciate it. But either way, thank you for watching the video. I really do appreciate that. Either way. So as for advice for you, we get card number 16. It says, Heart of the Moment. And I don't think that I've ever gotten this card before, so I'm going to have to read to you from the book. Heart of the Moment. You are entering a time in your life where past and future are colliding. In this present moment, you have a powerful opportunity to decide how you wish to continue in a certain pattern of relating or not. This may mean leaving a relationship or starting a new one, but even if you cannot yet make that decision with peace in your heart, you can still partake of the heart of this moment and decide how you shall choose to be. Will you speak? Will you choose to let go of shame and criticism, of judgment and anxiety, of loss and despair, and just be with your own heart now? Will you choose in this moment to trust yourself, even if that trust says you have to wait a while longer before you can make a more long-term decision? This is a time when you can alter your future, stepping into relationship with another, with the divine, with yourself in a new way. Even the smallest choice for love is a step in the best direction. You have the heart of the divine within you. It's not too hard for you to choose love. Let go of the people who want you to choose jealousy or fear or doubt. Their games are not nearly as fun. Choose love, and who knows, maybe they'll join your party instead. This oracle brings you a message. You are in a transition zone in your life and relationship. It is one moment that will manifest as many opportunities, where one choice will open up many pathways to fulfillment for you. We always have the chance to create our future with our present choices, but at this time, you are in an especially fertile karmic period, having just come out of a cycle of learning and about to enter into a new cycle. This is the time to be willing to take a chance or a risk to be happy within yourself, no matter what is going on around you. Your life is about to take a karmic turn, and you can feel peace in that knowing. Wow. Well, I mean, this feels like it connects right back to that heaven card, you know? Heaven is right there. It's right out of reach, and you can choose to open that door and let it in, you know? And I feel like this is saying pretty much the same thing. You can make the choice. You get to decide. You get to decide how you're going to live your life. You get to decide the choices you're going to make. You can choose to embrace your heart. You can choose to embrace the truth of your heart, regardless of what that means, you know? In choosing your heart, in choosing love, in choosing yourself, you can't go wrong. Like whatever happens, but it's never the wrong choice. It's never the wrong choice to listen to your heart. And in the end, it will work out. It will work out in the best way for you. But yeah, I feel like that's what this is saying here. So thank you again for watching this. Thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. Please remember to move forward with positive thoughts and words, and with generosity and gratitude, so that you can draw in more positive things and more ways to be generous and more things to be grateful for in your life. And thank you again so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope I see you back here again in the future. Bye, Virgo.